Is this like shoots the champagne on her?
Michael, dance off. Go. Guys, me. Okay. Go. Oh, yeah. Hey, we're going to calm down later. I'm doing it.
That's my mornings when I wake up to get updates. We've got a chore. I don't know how you say his name. Chore, whatever it is. We'll learn that if he commits.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're not worried about that, but we got updates there. That we've got Case and Pryor updates.
Speaking of Happy Box, before we get into the details.
Okay.
Breathe, Steve.
Whew. So happy.
Breathe.
I need bigs, baby. I got bigs everywhere. I'm in the middle of the trees today.
Breathe.
I know. Just big guys everywhere. Centers, power forwards, young, old.
Really quick, before we get into all the details of everything, happy birthday to my girl Lauren.
Happy birthday, Lauren.
Lauren, a.k.a. Lauren Wick.
Hey.
A.k.a. Lauren Rink.
Yeah.
A.k.a. Lauren K. A.k.a. the Mod Stick.
I would say she is old as the speed she goes, but I know she's not 95. So
she got a nasty speeding ticket.
Got these police out here looking for her now. So. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
wow.
Lauren Wick. So people, if you've ever been blocked on the night show on the YouTube channel, day or night actually, just blame Lauren because she's the one who does all the the gatekeeping for the YouTube channel. And she's helping the channel grow. Thank you. Happy birthday, Lauren.
She's been very influential.
And shout out to y'all sent her. This sounds terrible, Nikki. Is it going wrong in here?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to balance the levels. I
think it's between us both.
Yeah.
Is this on? No, it's not on.
No.
We didn't have a problem with Chase was in here.
No, Chase went flawlessly. Actually, it was boom, boom. Everything went. Clips, boom. Clips were played on time. Boom.
Is Nikki just trying to make himself like extra valuable? He comes here,
it messes everything up. It's like, I don't know, man.
You ever seen a cat that just like?
I feel like Spencer really messes a lot of stuff up in here. From 3 to 6.
I come in here, I gotta fix everything.
Yeah. So if I just,
just screw up all. Okay. Where are we at? Well, okay, what are you most excited about? Let's start there. What is Steve most excited about? What news? Or I don't use the word news, but just
news is good. Updates, whatever. I mean, listen, it's I don't know. I mean, obviously that there's one. I don't know if there's one I like more than the other per se, because like if you told me you're getting any duo of these guys, I'd be like, cool. So it's not like I'm not like, oh, I've got to have any great duo, over this guy.
Any duo bigs.
Yeah, I would Pryor over this guy, or if I can get the freshman. Oh God, I sent you his name. What? Ruth, right? Wasn't that his?
Steve,
this is stupid.
You said you were going to send it to me. I don't even think you sent it to me.
Listen,
we were in the middle of NBA stuff last night.
You need to watch him. Yeah, you need. Oh, Connie Roots. Yeah,
from South Florida or
from IGM. Yeah. IMG. God. Just too many bigs, man.
You're just excited. Okay, I'm listening.
We're waiting for 2 weeks for bigs. Now
okay.
Bigs.
I do like the point you're saying. It's any two pairings.
Yeah, so I don't know that I could rank them, but I like that all the news is coming out. So let me do it this way. Let's start with Great Osobor.
Uh-huh.
It seems as though Great Osobor, he's went to Texas Tech. Texas Tech is now looking to bring in JT Toppin next week.
But Osobor follows some Texas Tech people.
He did. Also, according to Trilly Donovan, he might also be asking 1.5 now. So, a lot of money. I don't know if I'm paying 1.5.
I don't want to put that on anybody.
I know. Yeah, we'll see. That's a lot of money. But He said that now they're wanting to bring in JT Toppin next week, which means they're probably not doing the Great Osibor thing. So now he's heading to Washington. Washington's picked up 2 or 3 bigs in the last week. So I think that's going to put Louisville back into possibly the driver's seat of. And the thing I like is I don't care about the money, because if you're bidding against nobody,
listen, that's exactly what I was going to ask you. Like if you take a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, I'll be transparent on this. Marcus Maben hates the numbers being thrown around, but this is Marcus Maben. Part of me is sticking my okay. I like talking basketball when I stick my head in the sand.
Yeah,
and I like talking basketball in it's like alternate universe.
Yeah.
If it's just straight up money and negotiation, I'll talk business wise.
So I know.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then sometimes you say, hey, I still want to keep my, he has to be in a place where he can make it to the NBA.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that guy separate from, oh, sorry. Was that?
Oh, that might have been me. I might have clicked on Facebook, so it probably popped up.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. If we do the money dance conversation,
sure,
then I'm like, I'm not 1.5 in this kid.
No.
Absolutely
not. I agree.
And it's like, if you, and here's the thing. Here's what I don't want to happen. I don't want him running around.
Unless an outside donor steps up and says, I'll pay it.
I know what you're saying.
If it's not coming from my fund.
If it was like
whatever.
Adidas or something.
Yeah. Or somebody, or even a local businessman, or somebody was like, I'll front it.
We could do better. We could do a lot more with that. But okay, well, you get my point. Now here's the thing. What if this happens? He's 1.5 in everybody, running around 1.5.
Yeah.
He ends up at Washington. Everybody's filling up the roster with bigs. Now all of a sudden, you say 500.
Yeah.
And do you get a disgruntled Osibor? Who overplayed his hand?
Could be.
Could have took the one.
Could be. But that's for coach to figure out. That's not my, that wouldn't be my thing.
Is this the first, I wrote this on my notes last night. Is this the first wave of NIL babies?
I think so. And I think a lot of them are learning that they're throwing numbers out there. Because that's $1 million seems to be like just a word that gets thrown out there now.
Mm-hmm.
I want $1 million. Okay, well, you're not getting that. And I think that's what a lot of these guys are figuring out now is, okay, y'all have been told you're getting $1, $2, $3 million. You're not. Nobody's giving you that. Like,
who needs to hear that more, the fans or the players?
Probably both.
Okay.
Because it does kind of get the vibe that you went to Texas Tech and might have thought, oh, I can just, y'all need me, so like, here's what I need. And they were like, we don't need that bad.
Pete Bell.
Yeah. Like,
Get the hell out of my office.
Yeah, no. But if it ends up with him back here, I'm perfectly fine with that too.
Yeah.
I do think Louisville's in really good shape with Great Osibor. And
how tall is Great Osibor?
6'8".
Hell no.
Okay. That's fine.
Coach, go over to Africa and get me a 7'2".
Yeah, well, because that worked great for us the last time we went to Africa.
What do you mean?
We come back with Gorgie.
Gorgie.
No, Gorgie was in West Virginia.
Or had a lot more potential.
Yeah,
he screwed that up.
Yeah, we thought it was Churchill a bad.
I like
Okorafor.
I thought Okorafor could play.
Go pay the Mountain West Player of the Year if you're going to do that.
Okorafor is going to be a player of the year in the smaller conference.
You'll never hear his name
go
again.
to Switzerland. Go somewhere.
Somewhere.
Outside. Go buy. Do you know how many big men you can buy off a junior club in Europe for 1.5?
Yeah, that's true.
7+. I'm not. What you boy?
I want to sell tickets though.
Boy.
I want to be good. I want to have
at 1.5 for a 6'8" big. No.
It's pretty good.
I get somebody. Take them off a team right now.
just come here.
You quit on your team right now. You come over here. We need you.
Well, there are other options, and I did look it up. It's Kaysen Pryor. He passed it on his Twitter.
The pronunciation is not Kayshawn.
No, I thought it was Kayshawn, but apparently everybody must think that because it's he has on there K-Sin. That's Kaysen Pryor.
Get it right.
Looks like Louisville, Arkansas, and Villanova. Kind of a top 3 for him right now.
Louisville,
6'10"
Arkansas, Villanova.
I like him a lot, too. Oh, man, I really like this one a lot. We're going to have to pry him out of the cold, dead hands of Calipari, it sounds like.
Nick,
God bless.
You want to know what Steve tried to do last night? I got so mad at him on the phone. I'm talking with Steve. We just talking shop, right? You're going, and then he's, okay, when we're talking about the recruiting battle with Great Osborne, we're talking about, Washington just got some bigs and that, guys are thinking about the playing time depth charts and all this good stuff and all these other schools in the battles. And then he started talking about Arkansas. And I said, Steve, you know good and well that Arkansas is a different conversation. We've watched Kentucky teams have 7 7-footers. We found out 3 of their 7-footers, and they went and got a 4th one off the bench who nobody ever heard of. I'm not saying the machine, the Arkansas machine, is quite the Kentucky machine, but you have to eliminate Calipari from the depth chart conversation.
I know,
because he will stick. How do you walk a big man into a room that has 3 guys over 6'10", 6'11", and you get a guy to say, well, yeah, I want to come here too.
I don't know, but he did it a lot. And I'm just so glad he's not there anymore.
I'm so glad he's not there anymore.
Do you realize if he was still at Kentucky, they would have had
Did you watch Karl Anthony Towns last night and just go, Jesus.
Listen, they would have the whole team, Quains. They would stuff Santos Ciro, their whole recruiting class. They would have brought in John L. Davis now. They would have got the #1 transfer guard in all the portal. And another big, we would be like, oh my God.
When you say portal, it sounds like the universe.
I know. But we would literally be sitting here right now going, oh my God, Kentucky's going to go undefeated and win the national championship. The same thing every year. Instead, I'm like, yeah, they got a nice little team. I'm like, yeah, they'll probably be top 25. If Pope can coach well, they're a good team. We would be like, Jesus God, what are we going to do with John L. Davis and Boogie Fland as they're throwing the ball up to Acquaintance and Cyril, and they probably got to do, and it's like, oh, Jesus. God.
It's happening again.
Carter Knox. Who's the other guy they got? Billy Richmond. It's like, oh. Nightmare right now, dude. Total nightmare. But luckily, that's not an issue. But we do.
Not Arkansas Cal University.
Yeah, right. That's pretty funny.
Great text.
So there's Kaysen Pryor. Then you've got Connie Ruths, who's a 6'8" power forward, really athletic, really bouncy.
I need another bouncer.
Yeah, he is. He's very much. And now he's 2024. He decommitted from Michigan, so he's a late guy back on the market. You're talking a top 30 kid here. He is sounds like he's going to come and visit Louisville, according to Ty Spalding. So we'll see how that figures out. You have to go to cardinalsports.com and get more of the details on that. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like the plan is for him to check out Louisville here soon. So there, and a chore. I'm assuming that's how you say it. I don't know. He can correct me on that. If
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, he won't be mad until.
But he's visited Auburn.
Bruce Pearl.
But they're saying that Louisville, he is an Australian area guy. Of course, Louisville's adding Mike Cassidy, another bouncy forward,
Yep.
About 6'8", 6'9". He is, sounds like Louisville's positioned themselves well to possibly be a visit. Trilly Donovan seems to think Auburn, Louisville, and K-State are kind of in the mix there.
Who's our second? Who's our biggest forward behind Scott right now? Who's our biggest?
Abubakar, 6'5".
Colorado.
He's 6'6".
Right.
He's not gonna play power forward.
Hadley. No, I just wanted to
good.
Yeah, I'm
I
thinking
guess.
who's the right now?
Yeah, probably. I think we got
Javon Hadley or Bubakar.
Yeah, and then everybody else is kind of. That's what I say. I mean, we just need that size. We need that, and if you get a couple guys and guys that play that, because like Hadley, I mean, he's 6'6", but he's more of a guard than he is a forward.
JMU, 6'6".
Yeah, in that range.
Yeah, Townsend.
Yeah, I think they're all. But again, they're all. Guards. Edwards.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all.
Look, they've already committed, Steve. He's a JMU guy.
Yeah, just
Colorado guy.
That guy.
That's terrible. It's like, hey, 54, get in there.
Yeah, no, but it is easier to distinguish the players that way. It's sad, and that's the portal world, man.
That's portal. That's 1 year transfer.
That is like until they commit or until they're here playing, it's almost like
Washington guy.
Yeah, the Washington guy, the JMU guy. Kind of, it's easier to remember them like that.
The shooter.
Yeah. Now I will say the shooter. Yeah. You're like, oh, Rain Smith. Yeah. I will say this. If I had to, now let me get back to this. If I had to, and there are a couple other names out there. Like there's another BYU guy, some things that I think are kind of backup options.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get there, it's fine. But
throw them out for.
Yeah, but it's like right now, I think that's the 4 big dog names for us that I talked about. If
did bigs turn into premiums because of the national championship?
Well, yes, and the fact that guards went off the board so quick. I think that was the 2 things that mattered. Was you couple that between we just watched a Final Four, really. I mean, really, you can go and say an Elite 8, where it's like bigs. Every team was like big guy versus big guy versus big guy. But that, and again, it was just a lot of, I don't think bigs move as much as guards do. I mean, guards move. I think bigs kind of settle into, okay, the offense, because a guard can go basically to any offense and the ball's in my hand. A big can't do that. A big, it's like, well, if I'm playing for Matt Painter and they dump the ball down, why would I go somewhere else?
Sorry.
What's that?
I don't know.
Don't let him in.
Yeah, I don't even want to make eye contact. You think Nikki's gonna let him in? Nikki will open the door. Nikki,
dude, Nick let the one dude in the one day, and it was like,
Cam, what's gonna happen?
Here we go.
Ooh,
what's going down? If it's something bad, don't tell me.
People are listening. He bullied his way in too. Cam, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I need to talk to Drew Diener. Let me get some of the text. UK is now BYU.
While you're getting into the text, I want to remind everybody, it's kind of heated in here. So temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. If you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can even look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use here at the 93.9 Studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
This is so true. This texter. Oh, okay. Case and Pryor, man. Dude, I watched Case and Pryor videos and I was like, I hate this guy. I mean, he is the ultimate, and he's long and he's lanky, and I hated him and I loved him because he would be a perfect player for Calipari or a perfect player to come to Louisville because I would like him at Louisville. Marcus.
Uh-huh.
Looks like he's
okay, I know
he's a different look. Almost like he's a I don't know how to explain.
No, you know what I'll tell you? I'll do this. He'll give you the same feeling. Listen to me, people. If you watch NBA basketball, right? He gives you the exact same feeling DiVincenzo gives you when you watch him play. You watch him go dunk on somebody. You watch him with his swag, and you're like, huh, he's cold.
I know.
But he doesn't look
and Pryor
like he's supposed to be cold, but he's cold.
Yeah, and Pryor's like got this where it does. Yeah. It doesn't. It's like I think he's a white guy, but I'm not sure. He could be alopecia, and he's got this blonde curly hair, and he wears a headband.
Wait a minute. Okay, put it this way: he has Birdman
yes.
with DiVincenzo.
Yes. Like he's got tattoos all down his arm, and every time he dunks on somebody, he's got these little arms, and he flexes. It's like
he's very pale.
Yeah, and you're like, I hate this guy, but like he can fly. I mean, he's 6'10", man. I'm talking.
I don't know if we deserve him.
Head above the
He'll
rim.
Be too much fun.
They throw oops to him, Nick, and I mean he's baseline, and you're talking chin on the rim, dude. Just
you know what? I'll be honest, Steve. If you gave me him, and him and Scott were my two bigs,
yeah,
I'd be done.
No, listen,
I'd be done.
I'll be honest with you. Even with Great Osobor, and I love Great Osobor's game. I think Case and Pryor would be number one for me.
Yeah,
if I could have any big. If you gave me Case and Pryor and gave me Connie Roots,
listen,
or Akora, however you say it, I would be like, oh my God.
Listen, it'll be the most tickets sold on a team.
I know. Yeah, Texter said, so he's white.
I don't know.
I don't know he's white.
I don't know.
He doesn't have, I can't explain him. You'll just have to look at him, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
he doesn't here
in the face.
Yeah. It's like I think that's pretty white.
I don't know. He got some big lips, man.
I'm glad you're saying it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I don't know, man. He got these big pink lips.
Like a white
to be a white
going on,
to be a white dude. He got some full lips, really full lips.
Like I'd have to see his parents, man. I don't know, man. I can't figure it out. Like, I don't even. I'm very uncomfortable with this conversation, but I can't figure it out, man. But I'm like, something ain't completely white here.
What you got another picture?
Oh, his dad. Okay, is that his dad? So his dad's black.
Okay.
Oh, light skinned.
Okay.
And black. Okay.
That means listen. If the dad is
kind of Blake Griffin-ish.
If the dad is really light, then and the mom is probably like sweet, that means the mom is like pure Swedish or something. Like a tall German volleyball player.
Yes, he's very distinct looking. And
is that what you said?
And it's like something ain't connecting there. Yeah. But man,
well, we know where he got his hops from.
Listen. His dad. Yeah.
Look, his mom's probably Olympic high jumper or something.
I know. But he would probably be number one on my list, man. And again, I think that's you're with him. You're fighting Calipari, which is always, but man, if
okay, he'd get most of my butt. Like I wouldn't mind dipping into the budget for him.
Yeah,
coach. You can get him to keep his mouth shut. I don't know. He don't look like he'll keep his mouth shut either.
No.
Like, we might find out how much he's getting in NIL.
I know, man.
And that wouldn't be as fun.
But golly, dude.
Yeah, he would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like he got a decent little IQ too. I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick commercial break. Roll along 939 The Ville.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're balling with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Hey guys, Champions League right around the corner. It's going on right now. Take a long lunch break and catch leg 2 of the Euro Soccer League semifinals with hand-stretched flatbreads and 29-degree draft beer. Which clubs do you have heading to the championship next month? Well, you can come watch it at Twin Peaks. Eat, drink, scenic views.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Louisville fans, Steve Rummage here. We all know the importance of making the right hire, especially when the stakes are high. In basketball and in real estate, the right leadership makes all the difference. Just because someone seems nice or they're a friend of the family doesn't mean they're the right person for the job. Hire someone with a proven track record of success. Like you've heard me say for years, call Josh Jarbo. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are turning tough plays into big wins, ensuring your real estate experience is nothing short of a slam dunk. And in need of financing? Say no to amateur moves and go with the best. With Motto Mortgage A to Z, you're getting the MVP of treatment. No more pain, just gains. So when you're ready to make your next big play in real estate, remember, with RE/MAX Empire and Motto Mortgage A to Z, it's always a full court press towards success. They're here to assist you in scoring the perfect property and navigating the financial hoops with ease. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, and let's achieve those real estate goals with championship precision.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker, owner of RE/MAX Empire and co-founder of Motto Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Motto Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com, and be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Clear Cut Hero is a new sports drink from Clear Cut Brands, the same local company that makes Focus.
Every 16-ounce bottle of Clear Cut Hero is packed with electrolytes and contains just the right amount of carbs, sodium, and potassium. It has only 25 calories and 5 grams of cane sugar.
It comes in 6 thirst-crushing flavors: Nova Orange, Cosmic Blue Raz, Eclipse Lemon Lime, Nexus Peach Mango, Dragon Fruit, and Apex Fruit Punch.
The great news is that Clear Cut Hero contains no high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no sucralose, and no red dyes. And it contains 80% less sugar than the leading sports drink.
Did you know that 70% of the Western world is dehydrated at any given time? Despite ample access to drinkable water, Clear Cut Hero has emerged as the champion of hydration, so you have a fighting chance against thirst.
Clear Cut Hero is available at your local Kroger or at www.clearcuthero.com.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
It's time to electrify your excitement for NBA playoff action with BetMGM. Want to boost your odds on your next NBA playoff wager? Just log into your BetMGM account today to receive an odds boost token for playoff hoops action. Then place a wager on any NBA playoff matchup and apply your token. Just make sure to bet up to the minimum stake, odds, and legs specified on the token. If your boosted wager hits, you'll score up to 50% more winnings. At BetMGM, we're adding more excitement to every playoff showdown. Enjoy BetMGM's exclusive offers on the biggest playoff games and try betting features like Same Game Parlay Plus. Tap into postseason thrills with the king of sportsbooks. Claim your odds boost token today and turn up the heat at BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kentucky only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as unrestricted funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tech-savvy professionals delivering equipment, technology, and service for all your office, network, and print communication needs. Look no further. High-quality office equipment, print, and IT solutions at fair and transparent pricing. That is Duplicator's commitment to you. Your tech-savvy office equipment and outsourced IT professionals can simplify your daily work process wherever you find yourself working with world-class network business machines and solutions from Ricoh and Sapin. And that commitment continues with their commercial print and mailing division, Derby City Litho. Check out the Ricoh Pro C7210 graphic print system providing superior color output. Duplicator Sales, Derby City Litho, Corporate Mailing Systems, Ricoh and Savin. Call them at 502-589-5555 or visit them online, duplicatorsales.net, or at their store, 831 East Broadway, Louisville, with offices in Elizabethtown, Lexington, Paducah.
Bandana? Check. Boots? Check. Gloves? Check. As a motorcycle rider, you may go to great lengths to protect your image. Just be sure you're protecting yourself. Wear a Department of Transportation approved helmet. Perform safety checks on your motorcycle. Know the traffic laws and don't take risks. When motorists and motorcyclists work together, we can save lives. Ride safe, Kentucky.
Brought to you by Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And though I generally talk about medicine and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction and other men's sexual health issues, today I want to talk about love. Because love is the best reason to get treated for your ED. You see, ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can cause depression, arguments, breakups, and even contribute to divorce. But the good news is that if you're like most men suffering with ED, you can be successfully treated at Tri-State Men's Health and put a stop to the relationship stresses that ED can cause. I say this with all confidence because we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. Truly, it's likely you'll find you're performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and get the love back in your life. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
The sounds of spring can often be followed by the sounds of a broken air conditioner. With warmer weather ahead, don't wait for an emergency. So if you hear your AC unit making some unwanted noises, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Now when you buy a complete Trane system, receive 10-year parts and labor warranty and up to $1,000 rebate on a high-efficiency system. It's hard to stop a Trane, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Through July 7th, buy 4 washes, get 3 free on our top 3 wash books during Mike's Car Wash biggest sale of the year. Buy 4 washes, get 3 free on our top 3 wash books at all Louisville area Mike's Car Wash locations. Open daily, 7 to 9.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready.
And get ready for the workday.
It's that good, there knows pizza. Good taste, happy face, your place, my face. Oh, it's gonna make you happy. It's on your face. It's that good, yes it is, and we deliver it. Taste is fun, yes it is, we guarantee it. Yeah, it's that good, there knows pizza. Yeah, it's that good.
What?
How y'all doing today?
Feeling good. How about yourself?
Oh, well, I'm trying to get over one of those post-derby sinus infections, but, I think there's a lot of it going around out there. My doctor told me to take some medicine and get some rest, but that is a bad combination on Derby week. There was no rest last week for sure.
I was going to say, you don't rest at all, do you? Because, there's always something going on, which is why we're talking to you now, because you have a big event to tell us about going on tomorrow, right?
Yes, tomorrow. So I've been fortunate to be lifelong friends with Richard and Kyle Petty, who I met Richard as a young man when I was 15 years old, and grew up around the Petty family. And so tomorrow, Kyle Petty, Richard's son, and third generation NASCAR driver, Kyle will be bringing his Kyle Petty charity ride across America to the Kentucky Derby Museum. So they left on Saturday from Deadwood, South Dakota, and they ride for 7 days, 2,100 miles across 9 different states. They'll have 150 motorcycles. They will have, with Kyle will be the King, Richard Petty, Herschel Walker, Kenny Wallace, Kenny Schrader, Max Papa, several other local TV personalities, and they ride across the country. This is the 28th year, and the purpose of the ride is to raise money for Victory Junction Gang Camp in North Carolina. And Victory Junction was built in memory of Kyle's son, the King's grandson, Adam, who was killed in a racing accident when he was 19 years old and in year 2000. So it's hard to believe it's been 24 years since Adam was taken from us. And I was blessed to know Adam and attend some races with him back in the day. And so the Kyle Petty charity ride raises money for Victory Junction. Again, that was built in Adam's memory.
Do you know anything about the route, the pathway they come through? Is it going to be like police escort? Is it going to be, heavy traffic or anything like that?
Well, I think hopefully there's going to be probably more police than was at the Derby Saturday. So thanks to Sheriff Aubrey, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, they're going to meet the ride at the bridge, and they'll be coming down I-65. They're going to get off at Crittenden Drive. Our goal, of course, is to get them off the interstate as fast as possible. So for the riders' safety, they don't back up on the interstate. They got to do a quick gas stop on Crittenden Drive, right across from the Cracker Barrel. And believe me, when I say quick, they'll fill up 150 motorcycles in no time at all. We've already talked to the gas station. They take over all the pumps. Nobody gets off a bike. They ride through. They have an advanced gas team that will be standing there holding the pumps in hand. They top off the tanks, and they're expected to roll into the Derby Museum at 12:15 tomorrow afternoon. And they will be there for about 2.5 hours. We have several dignitaries and presentations that'll be made to them. They're gonna eat lunch for one, so that's the first order of business. They got to eat. So we'll get everybody off the bike, get them inside the Derby Museum. Get everybody sitting down and eating, and then we're going to do some presentations. Coach Dan McDonald's coming over. Coach Jeff Brom is coming over. There'll be some jersey presentations to Kyle, and also our stable that my son and I are part of, Blackout Racing Stable. We'll have our jockey, Joe Rocco Jr. will be there, and we're doing a large donation to Victory Junction. So it's all open to the public. Everybody's encouraged to come out if you're free tomorrow from about 12:15 to about 3 o'clock. Come out to the Derby Museum tomorrow and have the opportunity to meet Kyle, meet the King, Herschel Walker, Heisman Trophy winner. Herschel's, this is, I think, his 20th year riding with them. And so it's going to be a really cool event.
Well, it seems like you got all the bases covered. One more time, if someone wants to support through a website or anything like that, is there any options?
Oh, absolutely. You can go to KylePettyCharityRide.com and learn and look at the route. You can follow the Kyle Petty Charity Ride on Facebook. Today they left Iowa and they're spending the night tonight in Indianapolis and going to Indy Motor Speedway. They get up tomorrow morning and leave Indy and come to Louisville. Once they leave the Derby Museum, they're going to the Corvette, straight from the Derby Museum to the Corvette Museum. I mean, how cool is that? So, and they'll be spending the night in Bowling Green tomorrow night. But you can go to KylePettyCharityRide.com or VictoryJunction.org. I encourage you. Victory Junction. So Adam worked at one of the Paul Newman's camps and volunteered one time or a couple of times rather. And he was so moved by it when he came back to North Carolina. He told his dad, Kyle, said, why can't we do that in North Carolina? And so that was Adam's dream, was to build a camp for kids. And then unfortunately he was killed at an early age. And so Kyle and Richard and the whole Petty family, they got together and built Victory Junction Gang Camp. And as Kyle says, I may have lost one son, but I've gained 115,000 campers over the last 20 years, because this year will be the 20th anniversary of the opening of Victory Junction. So it's quite a place. My wife and I have been blessed to be at Victory Junction numerous times over the last 20 years. I've been on the motorcycle ride a couple times with them, and it's truly an amazing experience when you see those 150 motorcycles come rolling in.
Yeah.
And so I encourage everybody to come out tomorrow and greet Kyle, the King, and all the riders.
KylePettyCharity.com, VictoryJunction.com. David Blake.
VictoryJunction.org.
Oh, I'm sorry. VictoryJunction.org.
Hey, I do have a real quick question just to finish this off. We'll get you out of here on this. I mean, me and you have talked a little bit. I feel like we have some sort of friendship, I would say, right? Like, I mean, I would consider David my friend at this point. Now,
absolutely.
there is we share a love for Chick-fil-A, obviously. Can I get a date on that peach milkshake? Is that some inside information?
Yeah, I will do some research on that, and I will hook you up, Steve Rummage, and we'll have to do a peach milkshake Monday. And so, yes, absolutely. We love our partnership at Chick-fil-A with 93.9 The Ville, and I know we're just getting started with that, but we appreciate the station and everybody there. Drew and Mark, I think, are coming out tomorrow as well. They're going to be talking about the show in the morning. I know Mark talked about it a little bit today, and they're going to come out tomorrow afternoon and meet the king. And so I encourage everybody. It's open to the public. There's no donation too small, no donation too large. I think last year they raised $1.7 million on this motorcycle ride, and it all goes to Victory Junction. And, every kid that attends Victory Junction goes for free. And I mean, if there's a child here in Louisville that has a life-threatening illness or a disease group or whatever, just go to victoryjunction.org and read about it, because Victory Junction will pay all your transportation, pay all your costs and everything. They have a hospital there on the camp premises, and, the families don't pay anything to send these kids there. It's truly a blessing.
Very cool.
Well, David, you take advantage of this platform anytime you have any events you want to talk about. We do appreciate your time, and we do appreciate definitely appreciate your Monday drops.
Absolutely. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
All right, David, take it easy, bud.
That was David Blake again. Kyle Petty, I'm sorry.
Charity.com.
Charity.com and
Victory
victoryjunction.org. I have written down. I couldn't read it. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah,
Let me work through it. You have no shame.
You were dying right there.
Get him on the peach shake.
Yeah. That's the best
information.
Well, it's the peach. Hang on. Time out. Yeah. Thank you, Nick. Cut that. You going to sit here and act like the peach milkshake from Chick-fil-A isn't the greatest milkshake of all time anywhere
I don't like
ever
you
made.
Trying to get inside information.
The best milkshake
over
of
milkshake
all time.
Let it play out naturally. Golly.
Well, just believe the science, right?
Now, where did that come from?
Sure.
See, you see what happened?
325.
That text message got Steve.
Seriously.
Boy,
He's got him empowered over here.
He will separate a room, won't he?
Both of y'all.
Well, Steve Rummage will try to separate a room, won't he?
You've been in cahoots the whole time.
Got people abusing us on the text line, and Steve's, yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
And that texter has no idea what my political affiliation is.
I know.
You make some funny assumptions, player.
Come on.
Roll it along.
Marcus does take gummies.
I don't take gummies.
He's on one today, man.
Take gummies. I haven't started.
I stand with 325.
I bet you do.
Guy's just pandering to you. I just want Steve to love me.
I know. Well, it worked.
That's all he does.
I know.
93.9 The Ville.
It's time to electrify your excitement for NBA playoff action with BetMGM. Want to boost your odds on your next NBA playoff wager? Just log into your BetMGM account today to receive an odds boost token for playoff hoops action. Then place a wager on any NBA playoff matchup and apply your token. Just make sure to bet up to the minimum stake, odds, and legs specified on the token. If your boosted wager hits, you'll score up to 50% more winnings. At BetMGM, we're adding more excitement to every playoff showdown. Enjoy BetMGM's exclusive offers on the biggest playoff games and try betting features like Same Game Parlay Plus. Tap into postseason thrills with the king of sportsbooks. Claim your odds boost token today and turn up the heat at BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kentucky only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as unrestricted funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ed Galrine is the conservative choice for state senate. A fifth-generation farmer who grew up here in Kentucky, Ed is ready to fight for our families and values in Frankfort. As a retired Navy SEAL and decorated combat veteran, Ed Galrine knows what it means to serve. Ed Galrine will stand against Biden's open borders, defend the Second Amendment, stop woke agendas in our schools, support law enforcement, and cut taxes and regulations. Adrian Southworth has let us down, becoming part of the swamp, failing to stand up to woke liberal policies, and even sponsoring legislation that would put our children in danger from sexual predators. Conservatives can't trust weak-kneed politicians like Adrian Southworth. Vote for conservative fighter Ed Galrine in the Republican primary on May 21st. Paid for by Friends of Kentucky Racing. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. 6844 Bardstown Road, Unit 2213, Louisville, Kentucky 40291.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And you've heard me talk a lot about how treating low testosterone can improve your sleep, your workouts, your energy levels, and more. But today I want to talk to you about your sex drive, because low testosterone can have a significant impact on your desire for intimacy. It can even be a factor in erectile dysfunction. And if you're in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship, a low sex drive could really be a problem. The good news is that if you're like most guys, treating your low testosterone could really change the way you feel about sex, giving you back the flame and desire that is so important when you love someone. So if you're feeling sluggish and tired, if you're not sleeping well, if your workouts aren't that great, and most of all, if your sex drive is more like a putt, make an appointment at Tri-State Men's Health and have your testosterone levels checked. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Louisville fans, Steve Rummage here. We all know the importance of making the right hire, especially when the stakes are high. In basketball and in real estate, the right leadership makes all the difference. Just because someone seems nice or they're a friend of the family doesn't mean they're the right person for the job. Hire someone with a proven track record of success, like you've heard me say for years. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are turning tough plays into big wins, ensuring your real estate experience is nothing short of a slam dunk. And in need of financing? Say no to amateur moves and go with the best. With Motto Mortgage A to Z, you're getting the MVP of treatment. No more pain, just gains. So when you're ready to make your next big play in real estate, remember, with RE/MAX Empire and Motto Mortgage A to Z, it's always a full court press towards success. They're here to assist you in scoring the perfect property and navigating the financial hoops with ease. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, and let's achieve those real estate goals with championship precision.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker, owner of RE/MAX Empire, and co-founder of Motto Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Motto Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Single game tickets are now on sale for the 2024 Louisville baseball season. Tickets are required for every ACC home game and matchups against Kentucky and Indiana. Single game tickets can be purchased for as low as $5 by visiting gocards.com/BSB tickets. That's gocards.com/BSB tickets. Explore all ticket options and be sure to grab your tickets today. We can't wait to see you at Jim Patterson Stadium. Go Cards!
You can give it to your girl, share it with a squirrel, buy by the case, pour it in your face. LA, the sun drink of tomorrow. LA, a new kind of taste. LA, the sun drink of tomorrow. LA, it's from another place. Crisp, clean, LA.
The U of L Health orthopedic experts get you back in the
Dude, it's just fucking flooding back there.
the state in robotic surgical procedures that
It's just fucking flooding back there.
for a time. Our high-level care and customized surgeries treat everything from shoulders to toes, including spines. And as the official health provider for U of L Athletics, we give that same VIP care to every patient. That's the power of you. Visit uoflhealth.org.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Oh, by the way, tell Charity congrats from Jeanette and I. That's fucking awesome, her graduating. Yeah. Do what?
On the ass?
Yes, both.
Okay, or
Both.
the graduation.
Both.
Okay.
Both. She just
Over 35 years of experience. Best service, fairest possible price, and it's right in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course. Or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217. Or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com. Steve. That was some great basketball last night.
Yeah, there's some good basketball being played right now, man.
That was some great basketball last night. You watched both full games?
I did not. I watched majority of basically minus
Both
the second
halves. Or both
minus the second half of
Denver.
Minnesota Denver.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which one? Which half did you?
Of course. By the way, let me just say, Nick, can you give me a little bit? Can you give me the NWO Wolfpack? Oh my God, this might copyright you. I don't know, but I have to have it right now. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry. They went to halftime commercial with I don't know. You might be fine with that one.
What did you enjoy the most?
I'm really let me say this first. I'm really enjoying a couple things. Number one, I'm really enjoying Anthony Edwards.
You are enjoying Anthony Edwards, number one.
Gosh, he is just incredible. But the series, like I was telling you, the Knicks Pacers took me back to being 11 years old. And I was like, all I needed was the NBC theme, and just, it was very nostalgic. And it was like Knicks, Pacers.
The New York crowd
was
chilling last night. It was bone chilling.
Yes.
The New York Knicks crowd.
Dude, they shut down 7th Avenue.
Yeah.
And just
I mean, the refs handed them the game at the end, but whatever.
Well, Miles Turner leaned into it. It was moving screen. Stop.
Yeah. We can talk about that. I'm rooting for, I like the Knicks in that. So, I mean, I'm pulling for the Knicks, but I was like,
listen,
I like both teams.
It was an unfortunate end.
They were on the court.
To a great game.
The fans.
Oh, yeah.
They were on the court.
Oh, it was awesome.
Did you see when Brunson threw the ball off whoever it was?
And it hit him?
Yeah.
Come back and hit
Did you
him?
see how close?
Yeah.
I mean, that was high school, a phenom comes to town and the referees have to actually push people back just to take the ball in bounds. Normally, I'm complaining about how many people they're adding to the court side.
Yeah.
But New York made it kind of like, I had to cut some slack. Like that was not only was it an atmosphere, it was like an intimidating atmosphere.
Oh, it was awesome, man.
But to watch Indiana, they were trying to take that game from New York.
Yeah.
Player wise. Big shot out of DiVincenzo. And then you're just thinking about the Villanova and Brunson, right?
Yeah.
Listen, Nikki, how funny was this? Steve made this joke last night. I don't know if you remember this, but when we first got Fresh Kimball, right? I was like, his style is like Brunson, take care of the ball, dribble, blah, blah. Andy Sweeney, I mean, he ran with that, like, oh, Marcus just said Fresh Kimball's the next Jalen Brunson. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That sounds about right.
He was like, boy, if Andy was here, he'd be sitting here, we'd be watching Brunson, and he'd be talking, Maven, y'all remember what Maven said? I was like, God, Brunson, boy, was he ice cold.
Yeah.
He was ice cold.
He was.
And it's funny, it's like,
yeah, but that would have been the joke. I mean, Andy would have spent an hour and a half mocking Maven about
he was just daring to mention them in the same breath. I really liked Brunson at Villanova, and I really enjoyed seeing DiVincenzo, Hart, and Brunson on that court together.
Hart's a rebound machine, dude.
Who's more impressive, Brunson or Edwards?
They've got like a little. They've just basically got a little Villanova squad. They're just
they really do
playing for the Knicks.
High IQ.
I know.
Well coached, very unselfish.
That's what Pat Kelsey, I mean, he said it. I take you back to his press conference when, when Jay Wright said, or I'm sorry, Josh Hurt said that Jay Wright had said like that team was, they were as prepared as any team we've ever played, and it was like, so that's what you hope, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been fantastic to watch. Like I said, I think for me, Knicks Pacers bring back that series. It's kind of got me into full. I'm really watching
mode.
Magic Cavs game 6 kind of kicked me into my playoff mode.
Not game 7.
No, because game 6 was an elimination game. It was in Orlando. I was watching. I was like, okay. And then Donovan started going off in that game and they end up winning. Then game 7 was great. But yeah, it's been, do you know what sucks? Speaking of game 7s, have you heard the Maple Leaf stat?
Oh, dude, with them losing to Boston.
They've lost 6 straight game 7s.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And I think 3 of them, maybe 4, happened Happened in Boston.
6 straight game 7s or Buffalo Bills.
Three straight? Was it 3 straight Super Bowls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it has to be the Super Bowl one. Because I mean, like these game 7s are happening in like the opening round.
Yeah, because game 7 could be anything. Yeah, probably the 3 straight Super Bowls. You get 3 straight times.
Just who are the?
But still, just 6 straight game 7s. Like you haven't won a game 7 in at least over 6 years because.
You said this the other day, Steve.
Not that anybody cares about the hockey playoffs.
I was going to say, it's like I'm tickled right now.
Who's going to be the top 3 NHL draft picks?
Oh, I don't even know. I have no idea. That's a good question.
Hockey head.
Yeah,
hockey head. Doesn't even know the top 3 prospects.
I have no idea. I should know this, but I have no idea.
Do you know one prospect?
No.
You don't know
you
one.
Don't even know the top prospect.
No, I don't know who won the Hobie Baker this year. I should know
you
that.
You don't know who won the
Hobie Baker?
Golly, dude. Even I know that.
I got to look it up, actually.
The hell is Hobie Baker?
It's hockey's Heisman.
Yeah. Come on. I know Rusev, Kozlov.
Macklin Celebrini. How you doing?
Oh, I thought Rusev Kozlov won it.
Steve.
Rusev Kozlov.
Go there.
Do you realize that in a game last night,
but Seamus Gunther won it.
A guy put the basketball in between his legs and dunked it.
Yeah, just in the game.
Former Nick too.
Yeah. Steve was talking the other day, and Steve said the first time he saw somebody put the ball between their legs,
Isaiah Ryder,
he said, "A dunk. There'll never be a greater dunk ever in history."
Yeah. When Isaiah Ryder put the ball between his legs, it was like there's nothing else to do.
That was the peak of humanity.
Yeah,
of humanity, and
there's nothing else you can do in a dunk contest. He's done it.
I told.
What about
Steve,
behind the back?
4 straight losses for the Bills. Sorry, I was saying 3.
I thought 4. Yeah,
it was 4. Sorry.
I thought. Okay, Steve said between the legs. Someday somebody's gonna do a front flip and dunk the ball.
Yeah,
and to me, that'll probably be my Steve moment.
Right?
Like, humanity is just ridiculous now.
Like a twist or something like that. Yeah,
I've watched somebody do. Was it it's not quite a double 360.
Oh, what's his name? The Arab there did a 720.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
yeah, it's still pretty good.
I mean, when I watched it, I'm kind of like, yeah. You were about 100. You were about 240 degrees already turned before you left the ground.
Yeah. I mean,
but it was totally impressive. I'm being a jerk about that. Yeah, I totally enjoyed the basketball. It was cut.
But I am getting into the playoffs. I think
Jamal Murray.
What about
suspension?
Oh, I mean, listen.
What say you? What do you think, Nick? Or did you not see the Jamal
Murray? I didn't see this. I did not see this.
Jamal Murray threw his heating pad on. He threw his heating pad on the court. In the scrum.
Yeah, the
problem
wasn't him throwing it on the court even as much as it was he threw it in the paint.
Yes.
Like where they were going up.
He threw his heat.
And there was only one guy that wasn't a nugget underneath where he threw it. It was like you almost killed one of your own players.
So do you think he deserves a suspension?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing. You're acting out of frustration because they are locking you down.
That's another conversation.
Yeah,
that's another conversation. Just let's finish this.
Yeah.
Suspension.
Well, the only reason I combined the two is I'm like I put it all together and go, that's a frustration throw. Like you're mad. You can't pouty baby. I'm mad. So no.
Okay, I got to ask you because I don't know how I feel about this one. Okay, you know how you and I, we kind of laugh about who gets away with wagging their tongue and becomes a villain.
Yeah.
And who doesn't.
Guys like Case and Pryor.
Right.
Well, I hope it's a card.
Right. You'll hate him if he's not.
Or if he goes to Arkansas. It's my second team now.
His side chick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing.
So when you see like Steph Curry.
Yes.
And he just wagging his tongue out and shake. And when he gets pissed and gets locked up,
Yeah.
he shows his rear end.
Yeah.
You know, do you enjoy people getting locked up and then start showing their rear end, or or would you rather them just take it?
No, I like when I would rather see a guy get locked up and he's like, yeah, no, they get me, but I'm going to get them. You know, like, I like that. The rear end thing is just, you just look like a baby. And it's like, I don't want to see people okay. Man, you're actually just
how do you think about okay, from a different perspective?
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed watching Jamal Murray and Jokic lose their cool.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm not saying everybody, but yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I enjoyed them losing their cool or I enjoyed watching Minnesota take it from them. You know, just like okay. I was explaining this yesterday. Steve, I've played on teams. These are the best teams I played on.
Mm-hmm.
When we started playing basketball for deflections under Coach Davenport, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our full court press, the goal was to get a deflection, and that was the point.
Yeah,
that was the score.
Sure.
So it's look,
very Coach Davenportish.
We have to go back to the tweak.
Yeah.
When you're
who was the brilliant Hall of Famer that did that?
Do you remember the
team
tweak,
the team was falling off?
Do you remember the tweak? Wait, do you remember when I say the tweak? What does that mean?
It was Cal's thing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
He was a Hall of Famer. I can't remember where he used to coach, but he took that team all the way to the national championship game.
A struggling team,
yeah,
by tweaking
they
one
beat
thing
us along the way,
and said, if you do this,
mm-hmm.
it'll change the whole dynamic of the team.
Yeah.
Point being, I bring it back in. When everybody started selling out just to get a deflection, everything changed. The deflection led to the easiest layups. It went from, maybe getting a couple of steals in a full court press to lockdown level, like running teams off the floor, and everybody's point totals go up. Everybody's dunks went up.
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching Minnesota last night, and it's like, this is what you're going to look for when you see a Kelsey. Like, they're going to enjoy scoring off the backdoor play, or something like that. They're going to enjoy a specific kind of coach. This is coach's call, and it works. And coach is going to laugh, and he's going to enjoy hyping up his players. Like, let's go find, you remember yesterday I was talking about, let's go find the leaner.
Yes.
Let's go find the guy. I'm going to send my 5 guys out there to find the one guy who's not going to be responsible.
Absolutely.
And we're going to enjoy picking on him. And then when they bring a new lineup in, let's find him. To watch Minnesota, Jesus.
Yeah.
They wore down Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
They got over, when does Murray get his shot blocked?
Oh, I know.
Nas Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the center.
He's a center switching on Murray and stand in front of him. And did you see Nikhil Alexander laughing when Murray was trying to get around him and just smiling? And it was like, oh my God, they are so locked in.
They're just trapping on.
They were so locked in.
Do you know what why right now I would pick the Mavericks in the finals? And I'll tell you why. Because I think the Mavericks will beat OKC.
Mm-hmm.
And they're an underdog, but I think they'll beat OKC. The Wolves are playing so hard and so methodical right now that I think they'll get into the finals, and it'll be like, because now you're going from these guys to now it's like it's going to be Kyrie. And not that the Wolves aren't really good, but I think they're like a year, I think they're almost like a loss away. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm not going to be blown away if they win. I hope they do. I'm kind of pulling for them now. I'd like to see them make the finals. I'd like to see Anthony Edwards on that stage, honestly.
I enjoy that.
But
I enjoy that
just I've thought about going on DraftKings and putting a futures bet for Dallas to win the West.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm like, I think they'll get into the next, and it's not a sure thing they'll beat OKC. I mean, I think they will, but it feels like the Wolves are doing so much in this series, and the way the last series, I mean, they overcoming Phoenix and then overcoming Denver. It's
They
like,
didn't even have Gobert last night.
I know, but I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm playing the money odds where I'm like, I could see them getting into the next round, and it's like, okay, now you got two elite ball handlers that can do, and it's like, okay, a little bit of the magic kind of ran out in the finals, and you lose in 6 or whatever. But they're good, and it's nice. There's kind of some new blood, man.
And then there's
Luka. I consider Luka new blood still.
Yep.
I mean, and you get Anthony Edwards, and then you got some of the OGs like Kyrie and Gobert.
Was Edwards, was that your coaches last year?
Cream?
Yeah.
One of them.
Was that true?
It was one of his last couple years.
Because I saw a little thing that said, Cream won like 9 games with Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, because I remember Anthony Edwards went off in the Maui that year early. Because, let's be clear. Anthony Edwards was the number 1 player in the country coming out of high school. It wasn't like shocking that he was good. I mean, he was awesome in high school. But he went to Georgia and then he made the tournament. I was like, okay. And he was good. I mean, I think he like single.
He was.
They either beat Kentucky that year or almost did. I mean, I remember he had a crazy game, and
that was listen.
But it's fun, man. Yeah, I mean, on the other side, you've got the Knicks, who, Brunson's
on the road
playing out of his mind. I mean, dude, 4 straight 40-some point games, and I've always said this: the NBA is better when the Knicks are good. Unfortunately, they haven't been good in a long, long time. But you watched that last night. They're one of the franchises that it's better when they're good.
Nothing turned like. I don't think it's intentional, but the word maybe I get a little bit misogynistic when it comes to training an athlete, right?
Yeah.
Because I refer to
with the Pacers added Caitlin Clark,
Rick Brunson training Jalen Brunson. And my eyeballs always go back to that video, right?
Ignore me.
Yes.
We won't do that today.
There was nothing. There's nothing I could do with that comment.
All right.
Nikki, have you seen this video of Rick Brunson training Jalen Brunson? You know what I'm talking about, Steve? When Brunson's going full court.
Yes.
It's a video of Father Rick Brunson. He's making his kid run full court, come back, hit a shot. Take a power dribble left, hit a shot. And listen, when I say it turns me misogynistic, because I understand there's not a mom or moms that can watch that and not say anything. It is very rare.
Yes.
Because it looks like torture. And every son can pull at his mom's heartstrings by looking,
of course,
dead. Like, is that misogynistic?
Well,
I don't know,
but it's the he got game, where he's running him and she's like, you gotta stop. Stop. You're running him too hard.
Yeah, listen, and here's the problem. I remember my mom just getting so pissed at my dad, and she's like, Michael, it's 106 degrees out there, and you'll be fine. Just like, he drank water.
Yeah. Well, if it's coming from a good place, I mean, like I know there's that case going around right now about the dad that had the dude on the boy on the treadmill, like killed the boy.
Oh.
Like, that's insanity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's insanity.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't go down to details of that one.
Before somebody did, because I knew you're bringing this that's kind of a hot topic right now. But I mean, that's literal insanity, dude. Like, you're a psychopath.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but I mean, as far as sports training and
like I said,
pushing you in that,
yeah. So when I'm watching Brunson,
well, it's it's not. It's always the case. You see a guy and you're like, my God, his IQ, his basketball so good, and you're like, oh, his dad was a coach. You're like, of course he was.
player. Yeah. And when you see that video of his son,
it's why I can't tell you who told me the story, but I'll tell you the story. And if the person who told me the story wants to say anything, they can. But it's why Jalen Withers' dad sat in the Center and talked to a friend of mine when Jalen was a freshman, and he was like, basically, yeah, he don't. And dude was like, wow, that's harsh, but it's like, you see it now, and you're like, Jalen's going back to North Carolina for his 6th year of college, and it's like, yeah, Withers, Pops Withers, who was an animal at UNC Charlotte, knew right off the bat he ain't got it. He'll be good. He'll be a fine D1 college player, and that's all he'll ever be. And 6 years later,
how frustrating
here we are with Jalen Withers.
Is it? And dad's like what, 6'4.5", 6'5"?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you played? He probably played 15 years overseas, right? Could you imagine
coming out of the CUSA?
If you're a outwork everybody, get your money, get year, 6'5", but if you're 6'6", you're in your 10th year in the NBA.
God, I remember you playing him and just being like, God, this dude's an animal.
And your kid is 6'9", has all the coordination he needs, everything he needs.
And this is when Jalen was a freshman, hadn't even played, was redshirting. And Pops Withers told a friend of mine that might be in the studio with me right now over at the Center. He was like, he don't got it. Like if he decides he wants to take it there, we'll go there. But I know him. He's not. He's basically Pops Withers predicted what we're watching today. He could have looked at my friend and just said, yeah, he'll probably be here for a couple years, transfer. He'll be a role player at the other place he goes to, and then he'll come back to school for a 6th year, and he'll be a fine college player. And it was like, at that time, I would have been like, Pops, you're crazy. He's got everything.
Well, didn't even Chris Mack say that he could be a pro if he wanted to be?
Everybody
says that.
came across him.
But Pops knows it. And Pops was like, no, I've played at the highest level overseas. That young boy will never play for money of substance. He's just don't got it. It's like, okay. And when you play in the CUSA and you play overseas for a long time, you know what has it. Especially because the CUSA in the late 90s, early 2000s, the best athletes.
Oh, hell no, you just didn't.
What?
Now all of a sudden you want to give CUSA in the late 90s some credit?
Yeah.
I sat here and told Steve, listen, I said, Steve, it was the dudes that were in the CUSA in the late 90s, from the Kenyon Martins to the Marcus Mavens. I said, it was the best athletes in the world. Nah.
They didn't have Eric Montross in CUSA.
No.
God rest his soul.
Now all of a sudden,
didn't Eric Montross die?
To the internet.
I'm pretty sure he died.
A boating accident?
No, I think he had cancer. Am I crazy? Am I making that up? I hope I am.
Hope not. I mean,
I hope not.
I hope you didn't.
No, I hope I am. I hope I'm making that up. I hope Eric Montross is alive and well.
Oh, he passed away last December.
Didn't he have a disease, or didn't he have something? I thought he had something wrong.
No, I didn't hear about that. So yeah, that's why I gave you that look.
Yeah.
Now you want to give credit to CUSA.
Cherokee Parks. You didn't have to deal with him.
He had cancer.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was one of those that I think kind of kept it quiet and just it just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, I mean, he's an awesome player, but he's a white guy. Like, he's a hard working. Yeah, Cherokee Parks, those guys. Y'all were just out there running and dunking everything.
So watching I was watching the North Carolina State spring game. Did you watch any of that?
No.
And they were making mention of Burns, and he should be a football player and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
He starts showing all these converted basketball players, right?
Yeah.
And then, they showed, of course, Antonio Gates and Tony Gonzalez, Graham, Julius Peppers. And I'm like, Julius Peppers was an average forward.
Yeah.
He's the greatest defensive lineman in history of football with average basketball footwork.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm shocked more people don't do it. I mean, the kid from Baylor, everybody thought he was going to go to Kentucky because he had played for Pope back in the day, and then he transferred to Baylor. And then because of Alvin Brooks, who's also at Kentucky now, but he ended up going to Utah to play football, play tight end. Yeah, it just happened and it was like he was a kind of an average forward, but he's like a 6'7", 6'8". They're like, yeah, it would be a great tight end.
Yeah, I'd go. Yeah, I'd recommend a lot of these forwards. Like, dude, get out now. Go run some routes. You'll be amazed at how natural.
Yeah,
it feels.
I'm shocked. I really am shocked more people don't do that.
Again. I'll never forget. John. I was sitting with Drew Diener. And John L. Smith, and I asked him, "Why don't you go get some basketball players?" And just how it was so degrading. The way John L. Smith was like, what the hell you think I'm trying to do, son? Like, do you know of any? Like, yeah, if you know some that wouldn't mind playing football, go get them, please. Give them my number.
It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, because I thought I had like broke the code. I was like, Coach, I mean, why don't you just go get like 5 basketball players and put them on receiver and tight end?
Like a team.
Yeah, he was like,
Like, can you imagine?
Never been thought of before.
Javon Hadley, if he decided he want to play wide receiver. Look up Javon Hadley. What's his height and weight, really quick? The transfer from Colorado. By the way, speaking of Colorado, Danny Manning is headed to Colorado to be an assistant coach.
Oh yeah,
so good for Danny Manning.
That's surprising.
Also, DJ Wagner is visiting Arkansas this week.
Javon Hadley, 6'6", 205 pounds.
What if you had a 6'6", 205 receiver, and I said, I got a 6'6", 205-pound receiver,
tight end, George Flint.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Golly,
did they mean George Fant? Maybe
Fant. Yeah.
Fant.
Yeah,
I bet that's who they meant. Yeah.
Yeah, when I said it out loud, I was like, wait a minute, Flint.
Yeah.
Flint.
Well, he was at WKU.
Yeah, I thought I screwed that up. I was like, wait a minute.
He ended up playing O-line. Played tight end, but he ended up playing offensive lineman.
I mean, long arms. These guys can definitely, their first steps are, it's like, God, go get some money, fellas.
I know.
Like, stop chasing the basketball dream. You suck.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
You're so average.
Yeah, extremely average.
Yeah, you look like a monster. I don't know. You know what's funny? Those LeBron football highlights.
Oh God. Yeah.
LeBron looks like a super freak.
Doc.
On his high school film. Doc, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, Doc.
Well, with this current conversation, what about Caleb Glenn?
Yeah. Yeah, Caleb would be one. I totally agree with that. Yeah.
Could be amazing linebacker with drop back abilities.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Caleb Glenn would be one that would have been, listen, there was him. I
don't know. You know what? Caleb lost his man too many times on the help side because he was just wanting to block shots. So I might have to put Caleb at the tight end spot where he's initiating the action instead of reacting to it. Because he would lose his man on the
That's fair.
But that's my only criticism of Caleb Glenn. But your point is a great point. He's a guy you would love to see on the football field as well.
What about people always obviously people talk about Sidney Curry and different ones, but yeah, I listen. I think Braun would be open to it. But how about this? How about I just recruit basketball players who are good enough to play basketball?
Some centers.
Just let them play basketball.
Quick commercial break, 939 DeVille.
It's time to electrify your excitement for NBA playoff action with BetMGM. Want to boost your odds on your next NBA playoff wager? Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Then place a wager on any NBA playoff matchup and apply your token. Just make sure to bet up to the minimum stake, odds, and legs specified on the token. If your boosted wager hits, you'll score up to 50%. Yeah. Would you be good in 30 seconds? Cool. The biggest playoff games and try betting features like Same Game Parlay Plus. Tap into postseason thrills with the king of sportsbooks. Claim your odds boost token today and turn up the heat at BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kentucky only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as unrestricted funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, Steve Rummage here. Talk to you about Tri-State Men's Health. Guys, we generally hear about medicine, effective treatments for erectile dysfunction, or other men's sexual health issues. But today I want to talk about love, because love is the best reason to get treated for your ED. ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can cause depression, arguments, breakups, or even contribute to divorce. I had a personal friend who dealt with that, got treatment at Tri-State Men's Health, and it changed his life, changed his marriage, changed everything about how he was able to do things. And it was very, very simple. Listen,